Yeah, that's right, baby. Club Condo, week several. And we are back and flying high after a trip to Boston and a double tribal council and one hell of a live show where we got to see this guy. It's Chappell. Chappell, how are you?
Rob, I'm good and I'm warm. I'm back in this Texas heat. It feels so good to be back. Oh my God, Boston was so cold. It was awful.
Cold. Yes, it was a
Yeah.
hot room, but it was a little chilly back in Boston, Massachusetts, where we had the live show. Had so much fun with everybody, but we are back here with Club Condo. And the thing about Club Condo
is the same every night for me.
The same every night for us, baby.
Yeah, you can't pay for this kind of promotion. You just can't. Jeff is saying Club Condo, and people are Googling and saying, what is Club Condo? And you know what they're finding? Us. Because we're the only thing.
Thank you. Our ratings are through the roof. Thank you all so much for making Club Condo the hottest podcast around, as Jeff talks about it every single week.
Yes. Jeff is doing the bossa nova at Club Condo. They tried to work in a tango in the episode. I think Say mentioned it. Jeff's like, I'm not doing all that. I got my one little move and I'm going to stick to that. And that's okay. Because as long as Jeff keeps talking about Club Condo, we're going to keep the club popping regardless of what you decide to do.
Yeah, and people keep asking about it. I got an email. Hey, Rob, we're about the same age, so I assume you will remember this. I thought when Jeff originally said Club Condo, he meant Club Med. When we were younger, that's where all the rich people went on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Then he said it again, and I don't think my theory is correct. What do you?
No.
Do you think Club Med is not Club Condo?
No, Jeff made this up. Jeff made up Club Condo. He was just talking one time. He said a thing, and then we took it and we ran with it, and we turned it into this amazing podcast. And now Jeff, obviously aware of this amazing podcast, has decided to name drop us several times throughout the season, and hopefully he continues to name drop us. One of these days, they're going to name an episode Club Condo, and at that point, we've just won. So I don't think it was Club Med. Yeah, it needs to be. This is the most he's ever referenced the damn Club Condo, and I'll take it. I will take it. Just because I feel like it does feel like Jeff is acknowledging us. And you know how I like to be acknowledged.
Yeah, I think it's just a Jeffism. I don't think anybody else says Club Condo.
Nope, Jeff and us, we got an inside joke with him. He says Club Condo, we say Club Condo, and all our listeners know about Club Condo. I think our listeners probably care about Club Condo more than Jeff. He doesn't think twice about saying this phrase, and yet we have built a community around Club Condo.
That's right. And if you're missing the context, here's how it came up this week. They're at the first tribal council, and Chrissy was talking about what it's like with all the different alliances.
All just kept switching partners. What would you call that? The tango, or what kind of dance would that be?
We know I dance. This is it. Club Condo is the same every night for me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same. He's like,
can you do the Jeff?
Q-tip, throw it away. Do the Q-tip, throw it away. Yeah, that's Jeff. He's right here. It's like a crab.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think we'll get it again next week, Chappell?
I need it. I need it every week. I don't know why he's decided to make the theme of this season the club, with his fam. I don't know, but I'm taking it. It's fine. We've seen other references repeated throughout Survivor history, but this is my favorite one.
Yeah. All right. Well, Chappell, we had a great time in Boston, a big Survivor turnout. When I was in Boston, I even got to go out to Luigi's Pizza. Thank you to Justin for hosting a big contingent of survivors and fans.
Yeah, I never made it to Luigi's. I overslept, which is not like me, honestly, because normally I'm up with the sun on these trips, but I just was so tired. I think it was just a long day of travel. And so I just slept in, and I get this text message, Rob, from you. And it's like, hey, you'll never guess who I saw at Luigi's. I'm thinking, okay, who of the many Survivor players could it be? It has to be somebody that we know, somebody that's probably popular, hopefully a Survivor player. Let's see. So I was like, well, Rob, who was it? And Rob sends me a picture or an emoji, and it's just a single pineapple. And I fell on the floor because not David Kenny, but Sweet Kenny K and his sausage was at
Big Brother 26, Sweet Kenny K, and he was at Luigi. I was there. I went with a few different Survivor players, and we took the train, and we came in, and we got there, and there was a guy at the counter. I'm like, this guy looks so familiar.
Yeah.
And then it took me a minute, and I was like, Kenny from Big Brother? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And I guess he's tight with Justin.
Crazy. I'm surprised you didn't run into him at Trader Joe's.
No, I didn't run in the supermarket or anything like that. Yeah, but of course, sweet Kenny K is swinging by Luigi's, and I got the chance to meet him. Super nice. And he was leaving. He's like, hey, I got to ask you one favor. He's like, follow me back. I'm like, hey, no problem, Kenny. I could do it. He's like, my content, it's not that great. I'm like, Kenny, your content is great, my friend.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Don't change anything.
It kept the lights on at the slop last year, okay? Rob, he's a pineapple on pizza guy.
Oh, I didn't even ask him. If he's getting any like, Hawaiian.
Yeah, it feels like he's definitely a pineapple pizza guy. At least a sausage guy for sure.
Yes,
we know all about Sweet Kenny K's sausage. Yeah, that's incredible. And you didn't even get a picture with him. That's where you messed up.
I know, I blew it. I'm so bad. I never get pictures with anybody at these trips. I just hope that I take a million pictures. I just hope that people will tag me.
Oh, you think we could get Sweet Kenny K for the slop this year? You think we can get him for like 10 minutes?
Yes, I do. I think a 10-minute pop-in sounds great. I think he would kill it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just bring him in, let him do his thing, and let him leave. Just swap him out for somebody else.
It was a really fun time at Luigi's. There was a bunch of different survivors there. Even Jeremy Collins swung by.
And that honestly is offensive because I thought Jeremy Collins was going to come to the live show, and he
couldn't make it. He couldn't make it on Wednesday night.
Now, that's probably for the best because I don't know if I could have done what I need to do with Jeremy Collins out there. And even worse, if he had brought Val, I would just have to Rob, I'm sorry, I'm too nervous. I can't do it. But y'all ran into Jeremy at Luigi's. I'm telling you, the one time I sleep in, I miss everything.
And I will say that the one thing that I thought was so adorable that a bunch of the new era Survivor players were all like afterwards, like in deep regret, in multiple different ways about how they felt like they didn't make a good impression on Jeremy Collins, whether they thought that they embarrassed themselves somehow, that things went wrong with their interaction with Jeremy Collins. I heard several players really upset with themselves, like, oh my God, I blew it with Jeremy.
Look, I feel that in my soul. I just want to say I'm sad I missed him, but I also know that if I had seen him and then I felt like we didn't instantly bond, then I feel like I would have been a failure, so I definitely don't need it. People ask me, Chappell, would you ever play Survivor? I'm like, no, because if I lose, what is Jeremy Collins going to think? I can't let Jeremy Collins down. Like that's crazy. So yeah, I feel bad for them. I've had that moment before. Did I ever tell you about how I met Tyson?
No.
There's no cool story behind it. He was standing outside of the hotel. I walk out and I see him and he looks at me and we just stand. And I have no words. I'm just like, hey, it's Tyson. He's like, hi. I was like, you don't know me. I'm just passing through. He's like, I know you. I was like, and I just took off running. Like there was nothing. I didn't know what else to say. Like, thank you. So yeah, I'm not good at that. I need to meet the survivors once I am have pre-gamed appropriately, and I've probably used all my adrenaline on stage or something. Then I can go and I can kick it with everybody.
Okay, all right, Chappell, we have a special guest at the podcast door. A pop in.
Oh yeah,
a pop in here.
Do you know who it is?
I do know who it is. Okay.
Oh, you do?
Let's say hello to one of our great friends. It's the Godfather, James Jones. James, how are you?
Thanks for having me. I am great. Like, this is a dream come true. I made it to I know I have a microphone. Thank you. Headphones. I don't want any voice complaints. I'm just trying to do it for the people. This is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, we were just telling some stories about going to Luigi's Pizza up in Boston.
Oh, I heard it was delicious. I heard it was great.
It was great. Justin put out like a whole spread. It was incredible time and lots of fun on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, it looked like fun. I was jealous, like everybody else was that was not in Boston. Just sitting there trying to ignore, but pay attention to what's happening up there. Just not too much because I didn't want too much FOMO, but very much a lot of FOMO. FOMO.
All right. James, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Life is good. I have a job. You know, being employed is a good thing in this today's
Amen.
economy.
Mhm.
I'm about to turn
Especially
40.
today's.
Yeah, turning 40 next month. You know, hopefully I'll be out there on 50 when they're filming and something.
40
you
for
won't hear from
50.
me.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still here, Jeff. I'm still here.
Yeah. Now, you won't get in your birthday suit on Survivor 50 to celebrate your 40th birthday. You're not allowed to do that anymore, right?
Did you see the first challenge that I did? I was very close to being in the birthday suit. I really don't care.
What
I mean,
happened?
my pants fell down because they told me that I didn't need to wear a belt for the first challenge. So the mud tends to take your pants down, and then it's just, if you haven't watched 43, apparently a lot of people haven't. Just go back and check out that first episode. Just 20 minutes of the first
Okay.
episode, you may see me. That's it.
An Easter egg for everybody as we get ready for Easter next weekend.
More than an Easter egg. You about to go get a whole peek at something. James, you can't send people to go watch 43 because of that. James showing ass. You know, that's one way to advertise your season. Like, hey, come see my ass.
Hey,
Yeah.
some junk in the trunk, you know. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
we were trying to expand the base of Survivor viewership, you know. I'm
Uh-huh.
happy to lend my hand. Happy to help.
Well, James, thanks for popping in. Is there anything on your mind about this week's episode of Survivor?
The one that just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of traumatic, you know, a little bit slightly.
Well,
But
because you two went out.
Yeah, you were a
at the
victim
Split Tribal Council.
at the Black Twist.
so it's one of those things that's so interesting where it's just for these, I think these two vote outs were like the proper vote outs for where everybody was at the tribe, meaning that it's early in the merge and you want to get as no blood on your hands. You don't want anybody like to have a reason to vote you out. And Say and Cedric, who I love dearly, I feel like Ced was killing the first vote. Say is, you saying amazing. She's from Philly, so I will never say anything bad about Say. Like, Say could have literally went out there and like done nothing, and I would still say Say is my favorite. But she did a lot. She had like triple the confessionals, quadruple confessionals I had. I just been loving this season. I think that was the right time for them to make that vote. I just can't wait to see how the big guy alliance is going to break, because it's going to break. And I can't wait for Joe to vote out Eva and everybody to hate him. I just need these things to happen.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
He ain't got it in him. He ain't got that dog in him. He ain't voting that girl out.
That's $1 million move. That if he pulls a Jesse like that, that would be amazing. I would just
Okay. Now, all right. So let's walk down this scenario. Okay, Joe blindsides Eva. Does he comfort her when she gets very upset? Then is that like some? But he's sort of like, then the audience forgives him because then she's like she breaks down and then he like brings her back.
I don't think he comes back from that. He dies. He dies in Survivor death.
I'm leading the charge against him. And I'm sorry, there's just certain bonds you can't break. And that one, you have gotten too many views, sir, off of this relationship. If you backstab Eva, I'm really the loudest one. He's a villain. He's a villain. Go take him out. Take him out.
I don't think that's gonna happen, James.
It's not happening. He ain't got it in him, James.
We can all have hopes and dreams. I feel like as an alumni, I just root for like the craziest things to happen that, you know, would make the Survivor fans go crazy. And that's one of those things that would make them go crazy. So I think that would be great.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna fight. That's gonna be one of them days where the fan base is arguing, and I very much enjoy the arguments when I see other people doing it. I don't want to be involved. I just want to laugh at, you know, how crazy people get behind these little moments.
It's amazing how like little things people just extrapolate to make them mean so much or make them mean so little. And it's like, hey, like you're playing the game for $1 million. People go home, feelings get hurt. It's okay. Everybody's fine. You know, it's great.
Everybody's fine.
Get some pizza for Luigi's.
Yeah. James, this week was the challenge that Gabler famously won in your season. I saw that Gabler said that he could have beaten these guys in the record. What do you think about that?
I mean, Gabler was just zoned in that day. I feel like Gabler was locked in. I think Gabler has old man strength. You know, like there's something to be said about that mountain old man strength that Gabler possesses. Yeah, I mean, he lives in the woods. He has acres. It's beautiful out there. I'm pretty sure he just has that grip strength. You know, like
how much milk does he drink?
Gabler Gabler probably has like cow milk. Like he has a cow.
I was gonna say
takes it
goat.
straight from
He
the cow.
looks like he got a goat. Yeah, like
Yeah, like
he's got like the goat beard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real milk right there. Gabler would fit right in on this season. Probably dominate. The Milk Alliance. He probably would be up there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a milkman, Chappelle?
Yeah, no, no, not for me, not for me, man. But I think you're right. I could definitely see Gabler like taking his goat out for a walk. I could see him getting the milk straight from the goat.
How about you, James? You doing any milk?
So, about milk, I didn't even know people purchase milk anymore. Like, I feel like I didn't know it was something you do as an adult. But
it got outlawed.
It did? I can see that,
for years. James, you remember when we were growing up, got milk was a thing, and now it's like, oh, you drink cow milk. That's crazy. I don't know anybody drinking cow milk.
Like the almonds, like, it's crazy. Like you drink regular milk, people look at you crazy. You have almond, you have oat milk. Like, what is oat milk? Is it like oat milk? Like, I don't understand how much silk you have, all this fake milk. But the fake
silk,
milk,
I think, is just the brand.
So it's milk, but it's good in cereal though. Like the fake milk is very good in cereal though. I will give them that. And if you're making a good waffle, maybe a little bit of milk there, but not too much.
You drink it or you put it in the waffle?
No, in the waffle mix, you want to give it a little bit of hump to it, like a little bit of sweetness with the oat milk. They say the oat milk.
How do you milk an oat? Yeah, how do you milk it?
We don't even know what that stuff is. That is the beauty of the product. Like no one's ever seen it get made, but everybody drinks it and says it's healthy. No one knows the process. It hasn't been around. It's very new, like 10 years old. It's not like it's been around a while. We're eating all this new stuff that's allegedly healthy. It's like, ooh, marketing is great,
Yeah. All right. Well, James, anything else on your mind?
Man, while we're here, so I know I'm just enjoying this season. Look forward to club. I'm glad I can come on the fun podcast where I can crack jokes and not like talk about strategy, even though I love talking about strategy. And I look forward to good seeing you, Rob. Good seeing you, Chappelle.
Good to see you too. Yeah, the podcast door is open. Anytime you want to pop in.
So what's the next segment? I'm joking. Give me an inch, I will take a mile. Like this is what I'm talking about. But no. Thanks for having me. I'll come back every time I get a phone call to come back. I'm actually set up. I'm ready. I got a nice
you're ready to go. This is like night and day from like your headset.
Oh, I was getting made of a little too much on the internet. I feel like I was getting blackballed from the podcast leagues because my setup was unreliable. I'm the guy that's going to pull up to the party, like bring the liquor, and I come with the sodas. And that is not the guy you want to actually invite. You bring in the guy that comes with the 624 pack, a 30 pack, and 2 bottles of alcohol. That's the guy you invite. So I have everything here now. I got the HD camera, the great mic setup.
Your lighting is on point.
Do you not see me? Do you not see me? Do you not see me? I'm out here. This is fun.
Yeah. Why is the ring light behind you?
See, now here's the thing. Like, I mean, that's a very good question, Rob. I see your setup is very, very nice with the great ambiance. I don't know I tried that. That was what I was going for. I was going to have like a purple background too, but see the way my lights are set up, that this isn't that strong.
Yeah, a lot of natural light.
Yeah, this is made in America. Yeah, this is made in America. I need the made in China one.
Put it right in front of you, James. It needs to be like right head on.
It's not.
You're like in the tanning bed right now.
Right. He hit you from the side angle. You got to hit it straight on.
Hey man, I'll get it right next time. It's gonna be all types of vibes in here. We want, who knows?
All right. Well, look, this is you've come so far, James. Okay.
Just not far enough for 50.
Not yet.
Yeah. I they have a lot of criteria. I don't think they care about your ring light or anything.
Maybe they do. So no, but thanks for having me. Get back to the show. I can't wait to
maybe they don't. Yeah. All right. James, thank you so much. Okay. All right.
Peace.
Bye. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Pop in.
The Godfather, one of the many Godfathers of Survivor history, Godfather.
Well, I was saying to Chappelle before we came on, I'm like, I would love it if people just would pop in on Club Condo.
Yeah, we need a doorbell too when it
We
happens.
need
So
a doorbell. I have a doorbell sound on one of the soundboards, but it would take me like 5 minutes to find it.
When it happens, we need a doorbell. We need
Yeah.
so just so that we're like, oh, someone showed up. Because I'm not like, if you're listening to this, I
Right
had
here.
no clue that
That's like the Big Brother doorbell.
yeah, that was too aggressive. That was too aggressive. It's like, so we were getting ready for a takeover. There you go. That's the type of doorbell I need. So yeah, if you're listening to this, I didn't know James Jones was coming. He just kind of popped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know who y'all would want to see come to Club Condo. I'll pick some obscure people. See if we can get Missy and or Baylor to just show up to Club Condo. Yeah.
Chappell, we started talking about it a little bit with James Jones about this tribal council, and I know that you had a bad feeling about this week.
Oh yeah, I knew this day was coming. There have been conspiracy theories in Survivor history that I'm like, I could probably car curse. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But this, I've been calling it the black curse. It to me, it's something about the split tribal council, and I've been saying this for a while, but I think it's finally started to get cemented, I guess, in like the Survivor lore. People are noticing, especially black folks. We all like, I don't know, something doesn't smell right. But yeah, for some reason, when they do these split tribal councils, going all the way back to Island of the Idols, it be the black folks, and I'm like, look. Whether they're targeting each other, whether the people are targeting them, just for some reason, this is where you gotta batten down the hatches. You gotta play a little tighter here, because normally I would say the black folks are going out right here. If you're a betting person, this is the time to go to Vegas, because you can pretty much put your chip on black here.
Yeah. Do you have any theories about what is happening at this specific moment in the game?
No, because I think that, although it is a pattern, correlation and causation aren't the same, obviously. So it's kind of like, yeah, there are definitely times where they're targeting each other. Like Tevin and Soda, Tevin should not have been targeting Soda. What are you doing, Tevin? So those are times where I'm like,
but maybe it's like, hey, maybe it'll be me if I don't make this.
Well, think about it. Like, no, that's a really good point.
Every person for themselves.
That's a really good point. If we're all running a race, and I know the two of us are the slowest ones, then I gotta trip the other person so that I don't have to be the fastest. I just gotta outrun the lion, And I think that's kind of where it is. Kyle voted for Cedric here. Now, is Kyle thinking like, yeah, this is probably going to be the black curse? Yeah, probably. But he's also thinking, well, there's more than one option here. So,
but I think Kyle was the one trying to save Cedric. Like, I feel like that in terms of like how this actual vote went down, I feel like that Kyle seemed like that he was the one thing like, how do I keep Cedric around? I'd like to keep Cedric.
He tried. Yeah, he definitely tried, which they should be doing is trying. But once you realize that train has left the station, you gotta let him go. Very sad to see young Cedric go, Rob. And I was sent a clip from Maximus' mom on Twitter, because I am a big fan of the Young Cedric theme song. We have brought it back. We've resurrected it for Club Condo this season. People were singing it at the live show during the commercial breaks. Young Cedric is a movement. But in honor of this more somber exit for Cedric, I do want to play this clip from Maximus' mom, if that's okay.
Okay. A little bit of a sad clip here. Let's bring in this one from Maximus' mom. Grabbed it from BB26.
Young Cedric, he's doing his best. Young Cedric, better than all the rest. Young Cedric.
Yeah.
On a very special episode of Young Cedric.
Yeah, you could tell it got really dark for young Cedric. And so we had the Young Cedric ballad by Joseph. Sad to see him go. Now we don't get to sing the song no more. I really was getting used to every week coming in and thinking, what kind of shenanigans is Cedric going to pull off this week? He ran out of shenanigans. He shenaned once, he shenaned again, but there's only so many shenanigans you can shenan.
Yeah,
apparently.
He ran out of runway, and so very sad to see Cedric go. Chappell, this week also, we talked about the challenge a little bit with James, and we had the big face-off between Kyle and Joe. I'm sorry, David and Joe. Ultimately resulting in David breaking the record for this challenge in this heads-up battle.
I know
Yeah.
No, go
Yes.
on.
As I say, and maybe even more impressively, that David also won the fishy this week.
Yeah, I think David deserved the fishy this week. But this challenge Survivor played it for comedy. There was a lot of comedic moments spaced into this challenge. We got a lot of good sound bites. We got Jeff doing some stuff. It was cool. But the challenge itself was the most bored I've been this season. To me, when it comes to Survivor, I don't think there's anything I like least or less than the big strong guys comparing how strong they are. Like, oh yeah, you gonna let go? No, not me. You gonna let go? No, not me. I can do this all day. Well, I can do this all day. I was like, oh my God, just let it go. We get it. You got muscles. We get poses. Like we get all these. I'm like, hey guys, we got 90-minute episodes and we spent 40 on this. Like this felt like Adolescence or The Pit, where they showed every second of the challenge.
Shot?
They did no cutaways. It was just like 25 minutes of them breaking the record. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this man. Look at these muscles.
Yeah.
His muscles got muscles.
Yeah. Now, this you sent this over. It says Survivor 48 Daddy Season.
Yeah, we got sent that on Instagram from Mackenzie. So shout out to Mackenzie.
Yeah. Until Cedric.
Yeah, the downfall of Cedric. The shockers on everybody's face. Look at Mary. So disappointed. It was 15 seconds, y'all. 15 seconds. You know, James was talking about the idea of voting out Cedric and how, you know, he really didn't have any allies. He was at the bottom. It was an easy vote out. They didn't want to get a lot of blood on their hands. But at the live show, your friend and mine, Asia Wealth, said, why? Why would you vote out Cedric? He has nothing and he can't win any challenges ever. The man lasted roughly 10 seconds every challenge, except for that one challenge where he took forever. And so I'm with Asia. I think you take Cedric as far as you can because he's never going to go on an immunity run. You know, just keep him without power and also without any ability to save himself and just get him later.
Yeah, I think Cedric got unlucky. I think that Cedric was probably going to have a deep run if it wasn't for the split tribal council, because I'm trying to think of the group that Cedric was with, right? So it was Kyle and Camilla. They're not going anywhere. David, Mary has been with David since the swap. And there was one other person that was with them, right? That they had 6. So
Kyle, Camilla, David, Mary, and Cedric.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Who else was on that tribe? I don't know. It wasn't Chrissy was on the other one.
Chrissy was on the other one, and
I don't remember.
Star was on the other one. So yeah, I'm trying to remember Mitch was on the other one. I don't know who the other person was, but I just
was it Shaheen?
Shaheen, yeah, that's right. Who was good, and you know, people considered it, but yeah, there just wasn't another good, like, viable person. Like if Chrissy was over there, like it maybe would have been her, but I just think that there wasn't a good other target. Shaheen was too attached to everybody, and so there wasn't a good pawn to get rid of.
Yeah, look, David is in the strong guy alliance with Shaheen. And so he's not going to let him go. They got Mary as a number who clearly is like, I'm fine with voting out Cedric. You know, me and Cedric have a pass and he can go. She's going to do anybody but me regardless at this point. And then Kyle and Camilla are attached. That's the other universe, Sasha and Chappell, Rob. I don't know if you've caught that. But they're a duo, a powerful one at that. So they're not going to break either. And so, yeah, I think it was just a really bad draw for Cedric. And again, it's that week again. So it's like it was bound to happen.
Okay. We mentioned Shaheen. He was in the middle of a little bit of a back and forth on Twitter. Of course, on Club Condo, we love to talk about what's happening over on social media. And on Wednesday night, Shaheen came to the defense of a certain I don't know what exactly Johnny Fairplay is getting at here.
I can break it down. I love some mess.
Well, Johnny Fairplay says that dog SHIT performance deserves a spot on 50. Shaheen responded, I don't know, man. Maybe. Shut the F up.
And Chantelli responds, period, Shaheen.
Yes. Okay. And then
I'm with Chantelli.
Look at this. I have to view this next part. Then Johnny Fairplay said, you misspelled period.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Cool, Grandpa.
Yeah. And Johnny Fairplay said that about Shaheen. I was rooting for this guy. And Shaheen says, stop rooting for me. Thanks. I don't take well to folks calling things dog S-H-I-T.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's happening here is that Johnny Fairplay and a lot of these other Survivor commentators, not so much us because we haven't really spoken on it, but have been talking about the cast of Survivor 50 and what they're going to, who's going to be on the cast. And I believe Say has been heavily rumored to be on Survivor 50. I think Johnny Fairplay has doubled down that he believes the cast that he has seen is correct. And so when Say gets voted out, and they're like,
but
she didn't do anything.
I will say, in fairness, like Johnny Fairplay, not exactly the guy who's the most tapped in on all things future Survivor related. Johnny Fairplay has been wrong many a times on his predictions for future Survivor seasons.
Yeah, and maybe he doesn't even feel like that, like she was a potential option, but I think he's scoffing at least at the notion that she could have been. And so Shaheen comes to her rescue and says, hey, chill out. And Shaheen does not care. I have seen him in the Twitter beefs all season. He kind of got that smoke for whoever won it. And so I was not shocked to see him respond to Johnny Fairplay. Say also responded to Johnny Fairplay. And so, look, I don't think we need to get into all of the Twitter drama in the last week from Say and her cast. But yeah, if they want that action every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I mean, Say is never going to shy away from the smoke.
No, this is not the cast for that. Mary's not gonna hide from it. Say ain't hiding from it. Shaheen not hiding from it. Like they ready. That's why Club Condo, we just we editorialize. We sit here and make stuff up, and we say no, please. We need y'all on our good side. We would never report actual events the way they happen. That's above us. That's for real journalists.
Yeah. Okay. Then, Say ended up clapping back and said, if you don't get your washed up cornball A-word out of here.
Yeah. See, she gonna clap back. And again, Johnny Fairplay, he's probably a really good sport about this because he likes the smoke too. He likes the attention. He likes the back and forth. But again, if you send for them, they will come. And I think they felt like they were sent for. Yep.
And this person, Zombified Jelly, says these hoochies really are obsessed. Clock it, queen.
Obsessed says, and it's getting weird.
Obsessed and it's getting weird.
Yeah. When Say at the beginning of the episode is trying to hide the fact that it was her that voted for Cedric, and she's talking us through the whole thing, and she's like, yeah, I thought I'd get a vote or two, but 5 votes? Yeah, they're obsessed. And they are. They will continue to vote for Say. I believe her, tying another record for most consecutive tribal councils with getting a vote with Rory from Survivor Vanuatu.
Oh,
yeah.
Grown-ass man.
Grown-ass man. Every single tribal council that they went to, they got votes. So, yeah. Maybe we get Rory on Club Condo. He probably not even watching Survivor, but I wouldn't mind. Bring him back.
I talked to him during Survivor 41.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Did you talk to him about the episode, or did you just catch up with Rory?
I did a little bit of catch up and a little bit of talking about the episode. And it was early in Survivor 41. He was not feeling, he kind of thought that Evie kind of had a like all women's alliance going. And he is like a little PTSD with that.
Yeah. Evie is was running the game at that point, and Evie goes out in the split because Black adjacent, I guess I'd say. And so Rory was looking at Evie like, oh no, they're bringing back the Vanuatu stuff, the Julie Berry and, Amy and Eliza and all of those people. But Chris was able to prevail. So I don't know, maybe it's time to bring Rory back and see if he's even keeping up. I think maybe you save it for
Rory 20s.
Yeah, maybe you save it for your old school interview. I know you're making a list of people to tap back in with.
Yeah, I had a nice chat with him way back when, and so be up for checking back in with Rory. Okay.
You think you could get Amy?
I don't know how closely she follows the show, but we did talking with T-Bird with her. She seemed up for it, talking more about Survivor.
Yeah, look, the Vanuatu, that's one of those seasons that if you show them the big flip, where Twyla and them turn the tables on Amy, that's a great episode to get somebody in on Survivor, right? Because they really paint the picture that there's nowhere these guys can go or Chris can go, and then things change, and then we get a whole different game at the end of this. Maybe that's what we're getting here in Survivor 48. It's that it looks like the strong guys are going to steamroll this thing, but there's room to flip. There's some space.
Chappell, this week we had the official merge tribe after we had, okay, you have to make the merge, and then we were merged, but we were two different tribes. But that being said, we did have a new merge tribe, and there was a lot of talk this week about the merge tribe name. Mary talked about it on Twitter. She said, y'all got to know, we got shot down 5 times with non-dairy related tribe names, and my lovely merge mates were down to make it Chinese so that CBS would feel the pressure to get Chinese subtitles so that my parents could watch. So sweet. Didn't work.
So they landed on milk?
Yes. Fijian word for milk.
I'm not happy. I am not happy. I do not like this. I know Mary is saying they tried 5 times with non-dairy options, but I just feel like you didn't try hard enough. We we are 48 seasons in, and no one has named their tribe milk to this point. I think you can avoid it again. I think it's possible. This is the same reaction I had to America. It's if we're ranking, and maybe one day we do that. If maybe one day we rank merge tribe names, this is in the gutter. It is. Yeah. It just is.
I might respectfully push back on that because I feel like that. At least we'll remember. I couldn't even tell you what it is, but at least we'll remember that the merge tribe is like the milk name. So many of the merge tribe names, it's just like, oh, it's like Chibogamogo.
I knew you were going to say Chibogamogo. Yeah. You leave Chibogamogo alone. Real ones, Brandon Donald's backstage. He knows. Real ones know. Chibogamogo is elite. Leave it alone. But you're right.
Yeah.
This is
maybe
memorable.
It was the first time they did that and they've smushed the names together, and that it was just lazy.
It happened like a billion times. It happened, but that's probably the best one. Chibogamogo is crazy.
Yeah. I'm being told that I'm getting a note that it's the Chinese word for milk that they have, not the Fijian word for milk.
Well, I think if it's Chinese, I thought Mary was saying they weren't able to get the Chinese version passed through. Anyway, yeah. Regardless, I am looking at them crazy for naming this tribe milk because this is a David thing. He's running the game and he's naming the merge tribe. I'm just saying the target can't get any bigger on this guy. If he manages to win this game, we're going to be talking about it as one of the more impressive wins in Survivor history, at least in the new era. All
right. Then Mary also responded to this tweet, which says there was a tweet from somebody named Lee at Kira Man. White people be like, I'm having my cup of milk right now.
And Mary said,
oh, babe, just wait till you see Survivor 48.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
For the record, I never be like, I'm having my cup of milk right now.
It doesn't say all white people.
Yeah.
It just says white people, If it don't apply, let it fly, because I definitely don't apply to me. And I'm like, hey, bro, nothing in that tweet had anything to do with me. That's crazy, but also accurate.
Chappell, this was a big news day today also. It got announced that there was the upcoming, very highly anticipated Survivor Australia versus the world. Australian Survivor just wrapped up, and we knew that there would be like a mini season of Australian Survivor that was going to pit Australian Survivor legends against some Survivor stars from around the world. Did you get a chance to peek at any of this?
Oh, I've been kind of keeping one eye on it just because, I feel like we're going to have a pretty lengthy off season. It starts today with our announcement of the cast. Now we can talk about it and we can start to speculate on who's going to do well, what the game is going to look like. And so, yeah, I'm aware of it, but I would love to talk it through with you.
Okay. All right. Well, let's check it out. And look who's here. Our friend and star of Crocodile Dundee. It's the Golden God, David.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. David is back already. I'm so happy. We just watched him on Dondi do some amazing things, some never before seen things on television, and he's back to try to win Survivor or Australian Survivor for the second time. Australian Survivor versus the world. But Rob, this is a shortened season of Survivor, right? Like it's not the 50
I think it's
days.
14 days.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Big Brother Celebrity.
Yeah, I mean,
game.
It's definitely a short season of Australian Survivor. It's kind of it's not. It's like maybe like 60% of a U.S. Survivor season.
There were a lot of people. Like it said versus the world, but they meant like the U.S. and then like the world. You know, because they put a lot of contestants from the U.S. and David is aware of some of them for sure.
David's here. And then also just coming off of Dondi, the mom in the Family Alliance, it's Parvati Shallow.
Which is crazy. They're both back. They're both back again to run it back. And I'm thinking, how do they not work together? This had
Where's
to
Dixon? You cowards.
Yeah. Bring him back. Bring him back. Let him play. Dixon for 50.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dixon 50.
How do they not work together? How is this going to happen?
All right, then Shawnee is here.
Queen, mom, also a mother. You know, Shawnee,
maybe auntie.
I watched Shawnee play Australian Survivor. I remember the first time I watched her play. I was watching the season and she wasn't getting a lot of airtime, but when they did show her, she was just demolishing the confessional. She's so funny. Yeah, Shawnee on the same screen as Parvati is insane. Like that is crazy. That should not be happening.
Yeah. Then we've also got Tony Vlachos. Oh my God.
Which is also crazy. If Tony manages to win this, just three-time winner. If Tony beats the world, and I would argue that David has a huge profile. Tony has the biggest profile here. You know, two-time winner of Survivor, and winning in outrageous fashion both times. Yeah,
I needed this.
Yeah, Tony. This is crazy. Why is Tony here? This is wild. Yeah.
King George.
The King. King George is here. He's got an idol tattooed on him like a target. Let's see if he's able to beat it. King George, also huge profile. That's the thing. I don't think anybody's coming in. Well, there are a few, but not many of them are coming in under the radar. They're going to have to play pretty upfront games.
Yep. Very exciting to see. Then also Cassandra from Survivor Quebec.
Now, Survivor Quebec, from what I understand, is like 60 episodes. Okay.
Yeah.
60
I'll
episodes.
take your word for it.
Yeah.
Australian Survivor.
Yeah. That's a lot of episodes. You know, that's crazy. I believe it's only 40 something days though. So it's not as many days, but it's a lot of TV to watch. I was looking at the tweets and Cassandra's got stands. The Cassandras are out there. Yeah.
All right. Then Luke Toki, another Australian Survivor winner.
A very beloved winner of Australian Survivor. He's played several times. He's still trying to get at that win, but I think he won Big Brother. I think he won like Australian Big Brother or Big Brother UK or something like that.
He has not won an Australian Survivor.
No, but I'm pretty sure he won Big Brother, which is crazy. Yeah. So
I think the season that he again, I'm going to get dragged to hell for this.
Do it.
But I feel like that the season that he didn't win, like I think they call it Luke's season.
Yeah. He does not win that season. He does not win either of the seasons that he plays. But the first season that he plays, I think that like that was like, oh, Luke was a star. But the second time, that's his quote unquote he should have won season.
Okay. All right. Cirie Fields.
Another Big Brother player in our midst. It's the queen, y'all. It's another one. How is she? Why? Cirie, remember when you was afraid of leaves? Do you remember when you got off the couch?
Look, she's holding leaves in this picture.
Yeah, this ain't the same Cirie. We don't even know this lady no more. She got that I just won Trader's Glow as well. She also, and it also has been diminished by I was on Big Brother. So she's fighting to win Survivor. If Cirie beats the world and Australia as well, I'm ready to talk about her as the greatest
world
player.
World title.
Give it to her.
Okay. All right.
Queen.
Then Kirby from Australian Survivor is here.
Yeah. Oh, Kirby. I love Kirby. Kirby showed up. She was kind of like, oh, what's Survivor? And then about halfway through the season decided, this is my show. I'm the star. And I mean, she does not win, but Kirby's showing on Australian Survivor was crazy, especially not knowing what the hell she was doing. She kind of played like Tony. It was just wild and things were working in her favor. I can't wait to see what happens if they ever meet on the same beach.
Okay. Rob Bentiel from Survivor South Africa.
You know, there's been a lot of talk about the Robs that suck. And I think that we love Boston Rob, but this Rob gets credit for having the most dominant game probably ever of anybody on their first try. And you know, he's only played once. He too probably didn't know anything about Survivor, but the way he just kind of demolished everybody. Oh, it's going to be fun to see what if he tries to run a cult like he did the first time with these Survivor players who are a lot more savvy than that.
Okay. All right. Sarah from Australian Survivor.
She's from Luke's first season.
Luke's first season. Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah was fun. From what I understand, people have been clamoring for Sarah to come back for a very long time. And so now
she was a big fan too.
Yeah. She's gonna love it when she walks out and sees Parvati and Cirie, Tony. Yeah, she's gonna freak out.
Yeah, she's an OG. She used to be on a lot of the Survivor Australian podcast with Nick way back when.
Yeah, let's bring her to Club Condo. Let's see if she wants to come to the club.
Of course, Tommy Manninen.
Yeah, your winner pick,
Survivor
Rob.
Finland.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't even know there was a Survivor Finland.
Apparently, it's in either Swedish or Finnish, and so it's really you got to get the subtitles, you got to get the captions or whatever, subs, not dubs. You know how we get down, and we got to watch it. We're gonna figure it out. Rob, you and I are gonna come together, and we're gonna watch Survivor Finland one day.
Okay. All right. Janine is here from Australian Survivor.
We don't have a lot of these in US Survivor, but she was the godmother. You know, we get the godfathers over here, but the godmother, Janine, she played with Luke before. So and David, I believe. So she's very familiar with these people. It's going to be fun to see if this really rich lady
David's Instagram story that her and he were out like going to like the shooting range.
Oh, well, you know, he's in America. Are they like she over here too? Yeah, I mean, David wasn't playing Dondi I mean, don't get me wrong, they went out to a remote location, but I'm pretty sure you had to be here to apply for the show.
And then, our friend Lisa Holmes.
Hey! Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If they put her last, they put like, and Lisa Holmes.
And presenting.
Special guest star.
Introducing Lisa Holmes.
Featuring
Lisa Holmes. Y'all. Lisa won Survivor wearing an RHAP shirt. No, because she just saw Cirie. Now, look, she name dropped Cirie during her season, and she won Survivor wearing an RHAP shirt. Y'all, this is the person. This is the person who is representing the super fans who are like, I could do this one day. I want to play with it. She's doing it. She's out there. I could not imagine the moment where she realizes she's playing with Cirie. There's just I wish I could be a fly on the wall for that.
Okay. There you go. Australian Survivor vs. the World. No premiere date released yet, right?
Yeah, no, they don't do that. They're just gonna like like a month out and be like, okay, it's
coming
come out, so
someday to 10.
Come in one day. We know it has been filmed.
Yes, Chappell. I don't know what the release schedule is going to be like for any of this, but do we need the Club Condo during Australian Survivor versus the World?
I'm sure there'll be something. I don't know how good the social media. We'll have to get like a translator for the Finnish people on Twitter so we can read the tweets. I'm down. I'm down to talk about Survivor whenever you are. So this will be fun.
Okay. All right. I didn't even realize until
me neither.
I looked at my mentions here.
Yeah.
But yeah. Check this out. Oh, somebody's here at the podcast door.
Someone's at the door.
Hello, Hannah Rose. How are you?
Hey! Oh my God!
Yeah. Were you waiting long?
I was just hanging out, watching all these people I've never heard of. Yeah, maybe like 10 minutes.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
We didn't know you was.
I really
door.
enjoyed
What's
it.
up, Hannah?
I was just happy to be here.
Yes, and you said you don't know who a lot of these people are.
I don't know how to watch Australian Survivor, and no one has ever told me how.
Something that I thought that was so interesting when I saw, and both of you appeared on the first episode of the Social Game podcast with Michelle Fitzgerald and Kelly Nalbandian. But Hannah, I thought it was so interesting that you said that you secretly want to be on the challenge.
So that was like why I wanted to go on Survivor, which now is laughable. Although on the challenge, they're given food.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Okay, so you've been open about, you like the I'm trying to think of a colloquialism, the nicotine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could have that on the challenge, right?
Listen, I did not quit because of nicotine. Okay, they took that out of context.
Yes. Oh,
I quit because I was
straight.
so hungry and tired, which I understand in Survivor. I should have known.
but on the challenge, you could do that. They give you a bed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the challenge is going to ask a 1-episode Survivor quitter to go on their show.
You never know.
You never know.
I mean, I love TJ Lavin. I've literally bought a cameo from him more than once just to talk to him.
More than once.
Yeah.
I paid extra to text with him. I was like, "Hi, TJ, I love you." Yeah, I'm like challenge, Big Brother, Survivor. That's like my.
Okay.
Oops.
Hannah, what's new?
What is new? I don't know. Natural disasters in Asheville all the time still.
Yeah.
Still? What's going on now?
Yeah.
Wildfires.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just never ends. What is new? I'm starting a new business. I don't know.
What's
Life's
the
pretty
business?
chill. I might have a child. I might not. Actually.
What?
Wait, whoa, hold on. Well, okay.
I don't know. I'm at a weird place in my life, man. I don't know.
Okay.
If I should have kids.
But now let's go. We'll come back to the business. We'll circle back to that. Now, you said you might have a child. Like you may or may not be
Same.
with child, or you're
Absolutely
considering.
not. No,
Okay.
definitely not with child. I'm just like, I'm almost 35 and life's really stable. And I'm like, do I want a kid? But again, we've seen on national TV how I do with no sleep, and it wasn't good. So
Yeah.
I don't know how that would go for me.
Okay. What do you think,
Anyway.
Chappelle? Should Hannah have a
Should
child?
I have a kid? Chappelle, whatever you say, I'm gonna do. Just kidding.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, oh God, Hannah, please don't do that. Look, I read online that in a ton of places that Hannah is mother. Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
yeah. So it sounds like
Mother is mothering.
Yeah, mother was mothering. There was a mother quake. And so it sounds like if you wanted to have a child, you'd be good at it. I think you could do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be
Yeah.
on the
Now,
lookout
what's
for
your new
that.
business?
Do y'all have kids?
Yes, I do.
I might have a child. I don't know. I don't think I do, but I might. just like you, Hannah.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
think
but you're
you'd know.
young. You're
Yeah.
young.
I am young
Right?
in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Hannah,
old are
what
you,
business do you
Chappelle?
have? Hannah, you gonna tell us about the business?
How old I want to know how old you are.
You want to know my business? Well,
Yeah,
I actually
that's more
celebrated my birthday in Boston. Were you not invited to the live show?
I got a text from the season 45 group chat saying, "Who's going?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's far." And also,
Not
Why
me.
you did? It is
I
far,
feel
but
like an
it was a good
imposter,
time.
man. I
What?
know, but I'm
Wait,
an imposter.
How the fans love you? Again, they don't call everybody mother. They actually do call everybody mother, but
Yeah,
they did call
do.
you mother for sure.
Well, that's
Here's the
kind
thing.
of them. I will
Are you
say
going
the
to-
RHAP people have always been kind, and so shout out to you all for not
Yeah,
threatening me on the internet.
yeah. Because was it when we were on the social game when we were trying to both pass off as if we were Survivor players? You obviously being one, but then was someone knew your story? Was it Parvati
Michelle
knew who you were?
Michelle.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Michelle knew who you
who
were.
I
Yeah.
was. I was like,
Yeah, but she was like, you were infamous. She sounded like she had heard you like
Oh.
like a urban legend.
yeah, it's like kids these days don't know how to play Survivor vibes, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So Hannah, what's your business?
Okay, it's called the Thriving Practice Academy, and it's going to be like this website with all these courses and modules teaching therapists how to start their own business because they seldom do, and we're not taught businessy stuff, and people have all of these false narratives of like, oh, I'm not good at business, but really, if I could do it, you could do it, and so it's just going to be like a place to help people start their own business.
Nice. Yeah, because I feel like that you go to school for one thing, but then it's like, okay, if you want to do your own thing, where do you go to
No
learn
clue.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Google.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Google.
So
Mhm.
I love public speaking and training and stuff like that. And so I'm just going to make a lot of videos and be like, hey, so you're thinking of hiring a W-2 or a 1099 practitioner. Let's talk about it. You know, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's good. I actually
psyched.
know a couple therapists that would really enjoy that because, like you
Well-
were saying, they went to school to be therapists and then they thought private practice would be fun and they don't know what happens after that. They have no clue. So
and it's really
me know.
overwhelming. And then people also always tell you as a therapist, like, oh, you're never going to make money. And there's all this shame if you do. And so I'm just going to talk about all of it.
Talk about it.
Okay. You know, you're good at
Talk
starting a
about it.
business when your new business is teaching people how to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's new. Otherwise, nothing else. Just hanging out, watching Survivor every Wednesday, and
you're
thinking,
keeping
well,
up
I
with
could
it.
do that.
What do you think?
I love it.
They make it look so easy. What do you think
They
about
make
this
it look
season?
so easy. This season.
How do you feel about Milk?
Listen, I don't know why I feel personally attacked every time this man is like, we need a strong competitor in the final three, because like I'm not that. But I'm like, who do you think you are? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But I really like some of them. I really like the substance abuse counselor, Mary. She's my fave. Obviously, like kindred spirits, because I worked in that field for many years. So I'm like, yeah, you got to have a real thick skin, let me tell you. So I really like Mary. And then there's some people that I really struggle with. And I try to remind myself, it's an edit. There's more that happens out there. I should know. Like, there's a lot we aren't seeing. But some people's personalities are just tough. Like, I'm like, I would have quit again. If I was
Who are you
around.
struggling with, Hannah?
I mean, I feel like it's like there's only one person to struggle with. Is it just
Really?
What, who
Who
do
is
you
it,
think
Joe?
I'm struggling with?
Well,
Is it
for
Joe?
one, I thought you would really struggle with.
I would literally die for Joe. I might leave my family for Joe. Like, that man
And your new child.
Yeah,
is father.
his father.
Is that a thing?
His father. His father.
Is that
Yeah.
an internet thing? Yeah,
I don't know.
really like
Yeah, I
Joe.
think it can be. Yeah.
It is
He
now.
has sexy eyes. His eyeballs, like when he looks at the camera, I'm like, Joe, I'm a kept woman. Like, don't.
Yes. Who is it? Mitch?
Why would I have a problem with Mitch? Oh
See,
my god, Mitch is just like a nice guy.
See, I think
He's like, I used
for
to be a
me,
postman.
yeah, I think that you would be clashing with David. You know, he's all big strong guy alliance, and I know you're not down for that.
I mean, I like big strong men. You know, he's also like this poor man. When he's like, "Well, my girlfriend's gonna leave me if I don't win the money," I'm like, I think you should talk to someone about that.
Did
Like,
you want
I
a
just feel
therapist?
bad.
You
I'm
could-
like, oh,
let's
there's
unpack
some
that.
deep insecurity underlying this whole thing you've got going on. So, no, I have empathy for whatever his name is. I
David.
always forget. Chad.
David.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call him Chad
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Shaheem.
Yes.
Shaheen.
Yeah, Shaheen. Yeah.
I downloaded TikTok for like a week, and as I do, I then deleted it because I was like, I'm overwhelmed. But I commented on his thing, and I was just like, I love you. I'm a fan. And he was like, I have a vape. He said, I have a vape in my car for you, and I like fangirled out. So I love him.
Wow.
I also would have died for Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see you and Thomas
I
linking
love
up
that
and being
man.
like super cool. Yeah.
We
He's dope.
FaceTimed once, and I was like, you. I really liked him. I was sad about that. I had no feelings about Charity. I was like neutral, like whatever. And Bianca, like, sorry that you got voted out. I'm trying to think of who else. It's been a week almost since the last episode.
Did you have any thoughts on Say, who is such a big character this season?
Yeah, I would struggle with her.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's a great person and is really nice, but maybe it's the edit, but the vibe on the TV, I'm just like, someone vote her out. And also Cedric, my man. Wait, did he just get voted out?
He did.
He did.
Yeah, I was not upset about that.
Yeah. Did you feel any sort of like kindred spirit with Stephanie, the woman who got voted out first on this season?
So she and I texted a bit, which, by the way, such a fun advantage of like being on a season for 4 seconds is like I get to connect with these people if I want to, and it's so fun because I'm a fan. I had like kind of neutral, like almost like I love Kendra a lot on my season, but during pregame in the season I didn't because I didn't know her yet, and so I got Kendra vibes from her, like astrology, which like I just don't know enough about it. It's probably legit. Also, like I would die for Kendra, and yeah, I think she's great, and the way that she handled tribal council with Say made me like her so much more, and I was bummed that she got voted out first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Say, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like Rome vibes.
Yeah. We heard that. Yeah.
Less
do you
like
have
delusional.
anybody? Yeah, well, you like you said, 4 seconds was on your season, but you're right. You do get to connect with everybody. You're kind of like the welcome person to Survivor. You're like the first boots. They get to know you because now they're in the club. But also, you're close enough to where you can get the good dirt. So we might have to bring you back on Club Condo so you could be like one of our investigative journalists. You can go in and kind of get to know these players. And
I just want to say that I think it's because I'm so like not involved in Survivor that I am like, people provide me with all of the tea all of the time, and maybe it's because they know that I'm a therapist, that I just live my life with HIPAA rules. I'm like, I will not repeat this is a vault. But I feel like 46 was such a dumpster fire of tea, and I was just sitting on it like outside of the show. It was so troubling. 47 was like whatever. I don't know what the tea is really, because I hang out with like pre-jury people. Here's my question.
Yeah.
Does Jeff keep saying Club Condo because of this podcast?
Absolutely.
Maybe.
What is Club Condo?
This podcast. It's the club.
Nobody knows.
He's like Club Condo. And I'm like, dude, just stop, man.
Yeah. I think it's like a house party that is in somebody's condo, and it's like better than the club. That's what I think it is.
Like in a condo. I never thought about the location of Club Condo.
He's like, hey, that's the best it can get. It's Club Condo.
Right.
So weird. Well, every time he says it, I'm like, Rob has a podcast. Like,
Thank
you're
you.
just getting free advertising on the actual show.
I'm gonna text you next time he said it, just so we can like, he said it. Just like we got to make that a thing.
Do it. Just so you know, I never watch it on Wednesday nights. I usually watch it the next day because I don't like commercials. And that's
okay.
That's real.
This is how I should have known I wouldn't have been good at it. If I can't deal with commercials, how am I going to deal with like the worst possible environment? Rob, would you go back? I know there's like a lot of drama with this season 50 casting. If they straight so much, I live for it. I just sit back with my popcorn like, they're not calling me.
Okay. Go ahead.
Would they, if they called you and said, please, would you do it?
Yes. Hannah, let me say it this way. I love commercials.
So you would go. Oh my God. I wonder if you're on 50.
He could be on 50. He's sitting right in front of us on 50.
We're not going to see you for a little bit.
Yeah. I'm going to get a really weird email in a couple days.
That's true. I'm out of the office for personal reasons for a month.
Right.
Change my Gmail.
Help me understand the psyche of experiencing that and wanting to do it again.
Yeah. Well, I already did it.
This will be Rob's third time playing.
And you're okay with it?
He's like, and you just.
I mean, honestly, the second time was the bad time. The first time was fine.
Yeah. Hold on to the good time.
You just were like, what I don't understand, and seemingly like 18 people do this twice a year, every year, and there's very few quitters. How do you get past the hunger? I just don't understand. I'm so hungry.
That's why me and you were friends.
In fairness, I'll say that, in the old era, that you did get some food once in a while. Although in Survivor All-Stars, we did not have any rice for like 9 or 10 days.
Yeah, 3 was too much for me. I mean, I just that's so hard. And what's funny now,
God knows what off of a rock with Sue Hawk.
No.
What's funny now is I have this like traumatizing, like weird food scarcity complex now. I just was in the airport like all day yesterday, like flying back here. And I was like, I pulled out like 17 snacks on the plane. And this like military guy next to me was like, wow, you're really prepared for this 1 hour flight. And I was like, I never want to be without food, sir. You don't understand.
You're like, I was on Survivor. You shut up.
Yeah.
People don't care. And I've never been recognized. It's such a bummer. Such a bummer.
Never?
Not once.
Well, Michelle recognized you. Or she recognized your
No.
story at the very
He was
least.
like, oh, this sounds like someone who quit and had a breakdown on national television. I've heard of you. And I was like, sick.
Somebody's going to spot you one day, Hannah.
I don't know if they will. I was also like really blonde, really tan, and 20 pounds heavier because I thought I was going to be starving for a month. But I just came home a little chunky. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Hannah, thank you for stopping in, swinging by the podcast door. And good luck with your family planning, with your business, everything.
Thank you so much.
Getting
Thanks,
recognized.
guys.
Yeah.
So good seeing you both.
Great
Have
to
fun
see
at,
you.
Good to see you again.
Come back
Club Condo.
anytime.
Literally,
Okay?
anytime.
All right.
I
Take care.
will. Okay, bye.
Bye, Hannah.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, there you have it. Hannah Rose.
I like this. I like letting people just show up. And we just showed up. I
Open
want more
door
of that.
How many podcasts have open door policy?
Right. I want Owen to come here. You think I know Tyson is on contract with somebody else, but do you think he could maybe 10 minutes?
Maybe.
You think we could?
Maybe.
That would be cool. Yeah. I want more of this. More of this. Yeah, look, if you're listening to this, at those Survivor players, you go do the work for us. Be like, hey, have you ever considered just popping in the club condo for 10 minutes and see what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Chappell, on Wednesday night, we got together in person, and there was, of course, you did a great job of hosting in between the commercials. Maybe people, if they've never been to the live show, they don't know that goes on, but Chappell holds it down, MCs the whole event. And prior to the show, we had a special tribute from somebody who is out in Samoa representing the United States against the Australians. Cirie Fields sent a special message to you.
Yeah.
You want to hear it?
I mean, I'm still stunned that this happened, y'all. So I was on stage. So honestly, from my point of view, I was very confused when this happened because prior to the show, Rob and I are talking to the people backstage and they're getting us set up and our mics are set up. And Rob says, oh, don't we have to do the fire safety video? And the guy's like, yeah, we already did it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, bet. And so I'm thinking, okay, bet. I missed the fire safety video, but hopefully these nice people in the crowd have seen it. But then I get on stage, Rob introduces me, we go on stage, and then he says, well, we got to show you the fire safety video. And I don't even know, I think I said aloud, we already did that. And I turn around, and the fire marshal is none other than Cirie Fields from Samoa.
Yeah. Okay. And here's what she had to say.
Happy birthday, Brandon. Or should I say Chappell? I feel like I know you. It's weird. I've never done a cameo for somebody that I felt like was, I don't know, practically family. I mean,
practically family?
You know, it was at that point where my knees started to buckle on stage and I was trying to hold it together. Like, no, don't let them see you cry. Don't let them see you cry. Practically family is crazy. She knows what she's doing.
There's that one thing about you beating Izzy, but we're going to let that one slide. Happy birthday and congratulations on your 10th hosted Rob Has a Podcast event. You are killing it. You are killing it, Chappell.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Tyrone. Tyrone is sending you this cameo. But Tyrone says, I'm your favorite Survivor player. So,
I mean, present company included, Rob. You good.
Thank you.
Doing the damn thing. I see you. And I'll see you. That's why I feel like I know you. I'm like,
you do know me.
Chappell. Aw. I hope you have the best birthday ever. And I don't care what's going on or who's around or what anybody else is thinking you should do. Is your birthday and you do you, boo. You do whatever it is your heart desires. You get one day a year to be selfish. And that day is April 5th for you.
It is.
It's Chappell's Selfish Allowance Day, says Cirie. So, Brunk, what you heard, you ain't got to make nobody happy. besides yourself. If you want to lay in bed all day long and do nothing, do
Be a
that.
robot.
If you want to run up and down the street butt naked, it's my birthday, bitches. Well, that might get you locked up, but I mean, do it for like
she said do it for a little bit.
Just a quick second.
A reality flash, Rob, please.
Best birthday ever. And congratulations on your success with the Rob Has a Podcast events. You're killing it in the game. Keep doing it. I wish you nothing but more prosperity, more happiness, many, many, many more years of life and birthdays to come. And I can't wait to see what else you do. Happy birthday, Chappell.
There you go.
Cirie.
Special message from Cirie for your birthday.
Crazy. This lady has refused to acknowledge me since I started on this podcast. And I've been like begging for Cirie to just be like my tweet, just click. I know I've met her son, Jared, multiple times. We've hung out prior to him going on Big Brother. And I'm thinking, hey, call your mom. Just let me talk to your mom. One time he almost did. He was like, yeah, I'll let you call her in just a second. And then I got distracted by other people because, the ADHD, I saw a bright light and then I went in the other direction. So I missed out on my opportunity. I look up and she's on Big Brother. And I'm like, well, now she's never going to talk to me because she's going to hate me for allowing her to go on the show. I would have stopped her, Rob. I would have stopped her from going on Big Brother. I'm so happy.
You always stopping people from going on Big Brother.
It's the move. It's the move. Don't let friends go on Big Brother because then we have to laugh at them all summer. And Cirie, she gave us a lot of good content, but she definitely gave me one of the happier moments. And I do have to thank you and Sam for allowing that to happen during the live show. That was so cool.
Okay. It was a fun moment. Everybody was very excited to see Cirie. So, great job by Tyrone and everybody for putting that together. Okay.
And I ran around naked a little bit, just a little bit.
Oh, you did?
Not in Boston. It was too cold. And, that's just embarrassing.
Okay. Now, did you happen to see that there was Jeff Probst has been making the rounds in the press, and maybe he might have recorded this back when he was in New York a couple of weeks ago, but he did an interview where he tried to name as many of the Survivor winners as he could.
No, I didn't see that. No, I didn't see this. Now, Rob, you could name all the Survivor winners easily. Yeah. I think I could name all the Survivor winners. It would take me longer than you, but I could do it. I have zero faith that Jeff could name half of the Survivor winners without repeating.
See, I have been pretty impressed with Jeff in a lot of times on the On Fire podcast, he'll go back to things which I'm surprised that he even remembers. So I think that he can do it because I feel like if he wasn't able to do it, I kind of feel like that people would be like going berserko of
he needs to know.
Yes, and if he doesn't get it right, I feel like people will be upset with him.
I have more faith. I have more faith in Jeff naming all the Survivor winners than I do Julie Chen naming all the Big Brother winners.
Oh, sure, but I think she recently did that also.
I love stuff like this. Do you think Phil Kogan could name all of the Amazing Race winners?
There's a lot of seasons and there's two people, so I would be surprised if Phil could do it. Yeah, and I think Phil cares a lot about the Amazing Race, but I don't think he could do it. All right, let's see. Let's see
he
what
could
Jeff
name every Tough as Nails contestant.
Yes, that he could, no doubt. Okay.
From Survivor, and I'm going to be taking on a little Survivor trivia on TV Insider. Let's go, Kelly.
He seemed a little bit. I'm taking a little Survivor trivia. He sounds like me going into Twish.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to do this.
I don't want to do this, but let's. Okay, we're here. We're doing it.
I actually don't want to do this.
We're doing the stupid thing. Okay, what do you got, Jordan?
Jordan Kalish. Right, exactly. It sounds like you got to 6 minutes and 54 seconds for that segment.
This is giving Jackbox. Yeah,
it's a long video for sure. I wonder what kind of questions they're asking though, aside from just naming the winners.
Question 1. Who has played the most cumulative days of Survivor?
Easy.
A. Boston Rob.
Boston Rob Mariano. B. Parvati Shallow. C. Ozzy Luch. Or D. Cirie Fields.
Ozzy Luch.
Cirie's played a lot. I'm going with Boston Rob.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that was the hardest question.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down. I got one right.
So true or false? Women have won more seasons of Survivor than men.
Actually, you know what? The new era could be throwing the math off, but we had like 6 in a row when it was all men. So I still think men have won more.
It's hard for the women to come back from that deficit, sure. But it was 50-50 for like a brief stint.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
I do not think, I think it's close. I'm pretty surprised always how close it is, but I'm going to say that false. I think more men have won than women.
Women in the 30s.
That's correct.
2 for 2.
Men have won 27 seasons and women have won 20.
Oh, okay. That's pretty
not that close.
Close.
It's pretty close.
Okay.
It's only
close. Who holds the record for fastest fire in the fire making challenge?
Oh, come
Heidi!
on. Yeah, give him
Heidi!
They didn't even put Gabler as an option.
Okay, this is controversial. First of all, because there was a period of time where we gave them more and more supplies at camp so they could practice. So when they walked in, they were ready to go. I know who it is.
Yeah.
She's very proud of this.
Yes.
3 for 3.
Hey,
but
I don't think it's very controversial for the record. I think it's just like, who did it the fastest?
Yeah.
I just want to put an asterisk next to this.
Asterisk?
We stopped doing that. Now we don't give them the supplies to practice, so the times are getting longer again. It's not that the next era of players aren't doing it as well.
I have a feeling that Heidi knew what she was doing prior to.
Can we just get a tally?
Giving her the stuff.
Can I get a tally? 3 for 3? Okay.
That's also like me on Twitch. Like, I don't want to do it, but when I'm winning,
The fact that this happened without Jordan Kalish is offensive. Like, I feel like he should have been
Who holds
involved.
the record for the most votes voided in a single play? A. Karishma Patel. B. Tai Trang. C. Kelly Wentworth. Or D. Caleb Geberwald.
It's Wentworth or Caleb, because I remember going, Kelly Wentworth does not count. Kelly Wentworth does not count.
I'm glad you remember
And that's the night I think Savage went home, Andrew Savage, but I think Caleb had like 12 votes and he got the shot in the dark. So I'm going to go in big, bold letters with Caleb.
Correct.
It counts.
I would say to Jordan Kalish, this is a poorly worded question. Who holds the record for most votes voided in a single play? What the hell is a single play?
Right. What game is this?
Like, wait, how many yards from scrimmage were gained in a single play?
Yeah. There were 12 votes, but he would have been the 12th vote, but used a shot in the dark.
Oh,
so he voided 11.
Avoided 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you knew it was a good moment when even
doing the trivia?
all
She
the other
sounds
people
like
who
she's
had
into
voted
this.
for him yelled in sort of joy because it was just so unlikely.
It was just so thrilling. And it was like the best way.
Somebody
Like,
check
the
on
shot in the
Jay
dark
Meyer.
was perfected right then and
Yeah.
there. You
Yeah.
know, it was just, it was the biggest effect. It was so exciting.
Biggest effect.
Who has the most career individual challenge wins?
Okay.
Terry Dietz, Ozzy Luch, Boston Rob, or
The
Tim
Luch.
Spradlin?
The Luch is crazy.
He's a luchador. Who has the most individual challenge wins?
But it says career, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Ozzy's pretty tough to beat because of Redemption Island, right? Like, he gets credit for those, doesn't he?
I don't look. You gotta ask this lady. This is like we're in the Kalish zone.
She needs to come. She needs to come on the Club Condo too.
It's definitely not Terry because Terry only played one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Kim. It's between
it's not
Ozzy and Rob, and I think it depends on does he count the Redemption Island
duels.
challenges.
Yeah,
I thought it was
think
going to be
Ozzy.
Joe. God, it's who's played the most too. It's going to be Ozzy or Boston Rob because of days played. I'm going to go. No offense, Ozzy, but I think he's had more days.
You're correct.
It's Boston
Oh.
Rob.
It's Boston Rob. Yeah.
Really?
Total guess.
I think Brandon Donlan said that this was a very unique sound that Jeff makes here.
It's Boston Rob.
It's Boston Rob. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The guys are saying, okay, this is so Jeff tries to name the winners starting at 6:57. We'll skip
Okay.
ahead to that. Okay. This is, can Jeff name the Survivor winners? You think he can do it?
Yeah. Look, to this point, he has impressed me. I will say that there's 3 minutes left in this video. I think he could do it. I could do it. So I think he could do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's check out. Here comes Jeff in the bonus round.
How many winners can you list in
He
order
needs to
from
say how many
memory?
of he spoke to in the last
I'm
year.
going to suffer. Richard Hatch,
Okay.
season
Yes.
1, Tina, season 2,
Okay.
season 3,
You got
Ethan,
Okay.
season
Easy
4,
peasy.
Underrated. Underrated. I
About
own
time.
that.
You
Vesepia's a
do.
great winner. Season
Is.
5 was Thailand. Oh gosh, he was a used car salesman. Oh, I know
Jeff
him. I
hates
see he's got
him.
slick back
Ah,
hair.
Jeff
hate
hates
him.
I
him.
know who he is. Can't say his name. 6
Now,
That's not the same.
That's not
Then
the
he
I don't
said-
remember. Yeah.
He said, "I know
Yeah.
who he is, and I won't
That's
won't
interesting.
dishonor
That's interesting.
my interview by
Yeah.
saying his name."
God forbid.
Ooh.
That was like a Twitter favorite. That they would have ended Jeff on social media. I didn't even see a peep about that.
Right, because also I'm not saying his name.
Mhm.
was Amazon 6? Okay, 6 was Jenna Maraska. 7 was Pearl Islands. That was won by Sandra. 8 was
Of
the
course.
All Stars, won by, oh my God, who won All Stars? Oh, Amber. Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
I was gonna say, Jeff,
Yes.
don't mess
Got
this
married
up.
from Rob. 9 was Chris. 10 was Palau. That's Tom Westman.
Yeah.
11 was Guatemala. Who won Guatemala?
Oh, God.
yeah, Deb.
She just played.
Oh my God.
Last name
Come
has
on.
boat in it.
Yeah, Danny.
Oh,
Thank you.
boo! You
12
can't help.
Yeah.
Panama.
Panama. 12 Panama.
He hates
Oh my
ours,
gosh,
too.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Who won Panama?
Starts with an A. Initials are
Aries.
A.
Damn.
Eris.
Okay, thank you. 13
Edis music.
was what?
Cook Islands.
Cook Islands was won by.
You got this.
Starts with a Y.
Some of these people you just saw
Yule.
like 2 years
How
ago.
could I
Jeff.
forget
Yeah,
Yule?
stop giving him so many hints.
Yeah, boo. He doesn't know these answers. I'm taking
I
it
am
back.
a little
Asterisk.
fried. I love Yule. Yule was a machine. Okay, season 14.
This is the first Fiji one.
Okay, Earl.
Of course.
Season 15
Loves Earl.
China, Todd Herzog.
Okay.
16 was Micronesia, Parvati.
Okay.
Micronesia.
17 Bob Crowley, then Coach's season, otherwise known as Coach's season. Season 18. Season 18. Coach, who won Coach's season?
He's only
Can't
played like
remember.
8 times.
JT Thomas.
Oh, JT. Yeah, sorry, JT.
Sorry,
JT was
Steven.
awesome. Oh my God, we have 47 seasons to go.
You have a really long show. You can quit whenever you want,
You
but
don't
you're
have
like, I'm
47
really impressed you've
seasons to
gotten
go.
19.
Who was?
so
Let me
far.
see if I can get to 20. Samoa was 19. Who won Samoa? It was
Ooh.
Natalie White.
Oh.
Okay.
And then in 20, Sandra Diaz.
Mhm.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm going to stop there.
You did
Sandra
really
Queen
good.
ass
Yes.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Oh yeah, he
So-
definitely wasn't making. He just not beating them allegations. He wasn't making it through all of them without that lady's help. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Sorry. Put the
Yeah,
asterisk
but I kind of
right
think
there.
that he would catch a second wind where it's like, okay, he might struggle with Fabio, but then he's gonna remember Boston Rob. He might struggle with, Sophie, Kim, Denise, but he's gonna
Yeah.
remember Cochran.
What is it about that
Tyson,
run that he's gonna
Tony.
forget? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough for him. Then I think he's screwed after Cambodia. Like I don't think he know. Like I think like most people, Ghost Island is probably a blur for him. So there's
Mhm.
definitely moments where I think he's gonna get hung up. But that was decent. I think for Jeff, he is not a
Yeah.
fan. He is the host. So you know
Sure.
we're the ones tasked with memorizing all
Look,
this stuff. not him.
I can tell you just from my own perspective, like there are probably people who remember certain Rob as a podcast things better than I do.
Yes. People remember everything better than I do. So I
Mhm.
will just go on and say that I'm not judging Jeff at all
Yeah.
for this. I just didn't think he could do it. Now I would love to see the Julie footage. We'll have to bring that out this summer.
Mhm. All right, Chappelle. I think that's all I got for Club Condo. You got anything else?
No, that's it, baby. This was fun. This was
Yeah.
a good time. I really enjoyed this.
Great Club Condo today. Thanks to James Jones for stopping by the podcast, to Hannah Rose for stopping by the podcast. We had
Mhm.
Cirie cameo. Not literally Cirie,
Not
but
literally, because she won't acknowledge me in real life, but okay. We have to pay her.
all right. And we're getting ready for getting back to all the survivors back together at the final 10 this week.
I'm so excited. This is crunch time. We're about to see if some moves are made or if this big strong person alliance is going to leave David to the end and he's going to win it all. It's funny because I know a lot of people are pretty anti that, but if he's able to do it, I really can't wait to start talking about it as a winning game. So let's see what happens.
All right, let's see what happens. All right, Chappelle, what's coming up for you?
Catch me on Nothing But Netflix. This week, Chantel and I, we talked about the Pop the Balloon live
Did
on
you
Netflix.
like it?
We had no, and we had a lot to say about that as well. And so it was a fun conversation. I think
Yeah, I
Chantel
heard it
will
was
watch
not
again,
that
too.
good.
No, absolutely not. But it was a fun conversation, and you get more of that on the Nothing But Netflix podcast. Go to nothingbutpod.com to subscribe to that. Because we got Battle Camp coming. We did $1 Million Secret. Me and Scally talked about it. And so me and Kirsten are going to actually talk about Battle Camp, the Netflix Battle of the Network Reality Stars or whatever. And it is interesting. It's very different than what we've been watching lately. It's more like the challenge than anything, but it's a fun watch with a lot of Netflix faves, and you can catch that coverage on Nothing But Netflix.
Yeah. I know you also talked about $1 Million Secret that a lot of people enjoyed.
People liked it. The $1 Million Secret was only missing one thing, and that was stunt casting. Right now, I think stunt casting is so hot, with the celebrities from the different thing. Like, I think that's really what gets people going. But pretty much across the board, everyone was saying that it was a really good game. Maybe next season they incorporate some of the Netflix reality stars into that to give it a little bit more oomph. But it was decent. I will tell you that. Check that out with me and Scally on Nothing But Netflix as well.
All right. And then, of course, we still have an old school interview to do with the aforementioned Sandra Diaz, as Jeff said, the winner of Survivor Heroes versus Villains in Pearl Islands. And we will talk with her later on Monday night. So be on the lookout for that in your podcast feed. Make sure you're subscribed. Get RHAP.com, or you can watch the video over at WatchRHAP.com. Thank you so much for joining us here on Club Condo. We love to read what you have to say in the comments. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. This is RHAP. We know reality TV.